In the modern era, it's pretty much expected that a video game will get a sequel if it's well received or sells a good amount of copies. Well, sometimes that just isn't the case, and honestly, we're not really sure why. Welcome to Trending 10, and today we're bringing you the top 10 awesome video games that, for whatever reason, never got a proper sequel. Ready? Here we go. Number 10. Okami. Kicking off our list is this action title game from 2006. One of the best reviewed games of the 21st century, Okami was a massive critical success, winning many awards and being ported multiple times to multiple different consoles, boosting its sales even higher. So why hasn't Capcom made a sequel? Well, that's actually a pretty good question. While you'll see with other games on this list, usually a company has a good reason for not capitalizing on the success of a game, Okami is in and of itself a strange case. Great reviews, solid sales, this one is an absolute mystery. We're guessing it's likely because of Okami not selling extremely well, but looking at the numbers, it didn't sell poorly either. I guess we'll never know the reasoning behind the series never getting off the ground. Number 9. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Often cited as one of the greatest horror games of all time, Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem was released in 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube. The game followed a student as she investigated the murder of her grandfather as the player lives through different time eras to uncover clues and hunt the truth. Eternal Darkness was revolutionary as it was one of the first games to experiment with sanity effects, altering the gameplay depending on the character's emotional state and sometimes even fooling the player into thinking their game was outright broken. But despite the critical praise, Eternal Darkness was a commercial flop, likely due to it being an M-rated game exclusively released for the Nintendo GameCube, a notoriously family-friendly console. Number 8. Psychonauts. While a sequel to this critically acclaimed platformer was announced and is reportedly in development now, let's not get too ahead of ourselves, as development supposedly started in January of 2016 and we are yet to hear any real updates about it. But Psychonauts was released in 2005 and was met with great reviews, but for whatever reason was a commercial flop, only selling about 100,000 copies. Now, years after its initial release, Psychonauts has developed a near cult following, which eventually crowdfunded a sequel to start development. But as we did say before, let's not get too ahead of ourselves about Psychonauts 2. Number 7. Shenmue II. Shenmue is considered one of the biggest flops in gaming history, twice. It's not every day that a game is developed with one of the biggest budgets of all times, flops, and then the sequel surpasses that budget and flops again. But that happened with the original Shenmue series. The first game was released in 1999 and was met with massive critical acclaim, but was also a massive commercial flop, thanks to it being the most expensive game ever made on a console that notoriously didn't sell that well. However, the developers pushed on and created the sequel, Shenmue II, which was released in 2001 and had a whopping $132 million budget. Although, unfortunately, once again, the game got great reviews but didn't sell nearly enough to justify the massive expenses, and the two planned sequels were eventually cancelled. Number 6. LA Noire. This crime game from Rockstar was critically acclaimed when it was released, and it introduced incredible new facial recognition technology to make extremely realistic character models and a very deep storyline. While it was in development for a very long time, Rockstar employees have gone on record stating that a sequel would not take nearly as long to develop, as much of LA Noire's development time went into creating and mastering this new technology. But since now they know how to use it correctly, a sequel wouldn't take long to develop at all. So, why exactly haven't we gotten that sequel? Well, that's actually a pretty good question. The most likely answer is because Rockstar is known for taking their sweet time with their games, and their upcoming release, Red Dead Redemption 2, will be their first release since 2013. It's very possible that we'll get a sequel to LA Noire, but if we do, it's going to be a long time before we ever see it. Number 5. Super Battletoads. Battletoads is a classic series developed by Rareware, known for its insane difficulty and crazy amounts of fun. The final installment, Super Battletoads, also known as Battletoads Arcade, was released in 1994 to critical acclaim and solid sales, and a new game was soon in development. However, it's 2017 and we are yet to see anything of the new Battletoads games in over 20 years. The sequel was reportedly cancelled after the failed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot of 2007, and Rareware did not want to add to the list of failed reboots of arcade classics. Damn you Ninja Turtles 2007. It's because of you we don't have a new Battletoads. Number 4. Half-Life 2. Oh, come on, you knew this one was going to be on here. One of the most talked about games in video game history is the potential Half-Life 3. Well, why is it so talked about? Well, because it doesn't exist, and no one knows why. The Half-Life series is one of the most influential game series of all time, praised for its visuals, physics, original gameplay, storytelling, and characters. Well, after the release of Half-Life 2, Episode 2, it was very clear that the conclusion was in development. Workers at Valve and even Gabe Newell himself confirmed that Half-Life 3 was on its way. But delay after delay after delay, the world is still yet to see a glimpse of the conclusion to this epic franchise. Number 3. Conkers Bad Fur Day. Another Rareware title, Conkers Bad Fur Day is cited by many to be the best platformer of the golden age of Nintendo 64 platformers. With witty writing, great characters, fun gameplay, and smart level design, Conkers Bad Fur Day had it all. And there have actually been many cancelled sequels since it was originally released. After the success of the first game, a sequel, Conker's Other Bad Day, was in development before being shut down when Microsoft purchased Rareware and ordered a remake of the first game, which we know today as Conker Live and Reloaded. And a spin-off, Conker Getting Medieval, was in development before shutdown as well. The world even got a little tease at a new Conker game with the ill-fated Project Spark for the Xbox One and Windows, which was set to feature an episodic Conker series called Conker's Big Reunion. Unfortunately, after the first episode was released, Project Spark was shut down, and the rest of the episodes were trashed. It seems everyone's favorite vulgar squirrel just can't catch a break nowadays. Number 2. Banjo Kazooie. Now this one is just heartbreaking. Another case of Rareware getting their sequel shut down by Microsoft, Banjo Kazooie is one of the greatest platformers of all time, and arguably the best N64 game of all time. The sequel, Banjo Tooie, was just as good, if not even better. In fact, at the end of Banjo Tooie, Gruntilda even exclaims, "Just you wait until Banjo 3. So, where did Banjo 3 go? Well, look no further than Microsoft's purchase of Rareware, halting development of the conclusion of the trilogy and bringing upon the poorly received spin-off Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Fans of the series were not happy at all when Rareware even released a trailer teasing Banjo 3 before the release of Nuts and Bolts. Well, I guess we may never get to see the conclusion of this epic series. And finally, number 1, Bully. Finishing up our list is another epic open-world game from Rockstar Studios released in 2006. Bully followed a young boy at a new school as he got to know both friends and enemies and climbed the social ranks of the academy. Upon release, it was praised for its lovable characters, fun gameplay, and great open world. Now, like we said before, Rockstar Studios are known for taking their time with their games, and it's no surprise that Bully hasn't quite gotten a sequel yet. But why not? Since Bully's release, Rockstar has released sequels for Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, but not Bully, arguably one of their best pieces of work? Maybe we could revisit Jimmy as he goes to college, or maybe when he's a senior in high school and he's the king of the school, teaching the new kids how to be tough. The world of Bully is absolutely full of possible extensions, and we really hope that someday we get to see the series continue. But alright guys, there we go, that's it for our list of 10 awesome games that never, for whatever reason, got a proper sequel. Know of any more games that need a sequel? Be sure to let us know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe for more great content. But alright, that's it for this one guys. Thanks so much for watching Trending 10, your guide to what's viral right now.